arrived here at the location. We're calling it a ghost house purely because it's so haunted, and it is a private house, so they don't want people wandering over here all the time.
This place is different for the main reason that the owners don't want this place mentioned. They don't want the name of this place mentioned. They don't want any publicity. They have enough as it is from ghost hunters, because there is a lot of poltergeist activity and a lot of ghosts. They have 8 webcams that are constantly on recording, and a lot of people pick up activity here.
I don't know the full history and the situations and circumstances that have gone in this particular building, but all I know is very, very haunted. I know they've got X amount of webcams up that are running 24/7, so I've been told.
The fact that the owners say that this place is so haunted they do not want the name mentioning on the programme already is exciting for me. It just looks like your typical haunted house, and in fact, I don't know if anybody remembers, but when we were at Levens Hall, the upstairs corridor actually reminds me very much of Levens Hall. The fact that the doors like to slam on their own, and there's been so many different ghost sightings here, it's really exciting.
The stories that we've got are fantastic. There seems to be so much paranormal activity here in this house than we've ever had anywhere before.
Well, I've just arrived at this house, the house with no name, ghost house perhaps, we'll see. I have to say, wishing this was my house, how fantastic it is. It's just incredible. It's a beautiful house. Just got through the door, so not the spider senses aren't switched on yet, not feeling too much, but I'm hoping for good things. I've heard that it's very busy, so we'll see what happens.
I love the place. I've spent so much time wandering around with the owners, and I mean, everyone's already said it, but the thing that really grabs me is the fact that they don't want publicity. There's lots of poltergeist activity, there's sounds of children. It's wonderful. It's a ghost hunter's paradise.
I won't go to the toilet on my own. Mr. Beatty has to come with me, or John Dibley, or Mr. Felix. I'm getting scared in my old age. I think that's what it is. I'm looking forward to tonight.
I think we've got a lot before us. This place is so haunted. There's so much here. We've got children. We've got maids. We've got monks. We've got poltergeists. We've got nasty spirits. We've got good spirits.
We've been here so far all day. It's absolutely throwing it down outside. Nothing has happened to any of the crew members at all. It's all sort of quite quiet. But even now I've kind of gone to the loo and I had to take Kath with me. So everybody's feeling happy and up, and so we'll see.
Right, I've come back into the games room to get a little bit of peace and quiet for this. We've done all of Yvette's pieces to camera. I know that David's been around with Kieran and picked up some extremely interesting information. None of our mediums know where they're coming, and David, as soon as he gets here, he's kind of just thrust straight into going upstairs and around the building to see what he can find.
Now there is a lot more anger in this room. There's some kind of struggle in this room between two males, and one seems to have his head smashed open by the other one, killed.
Right.
In a fight that resulted in one of them dying, and they're giving me the word brothers. So there is natural anger built into this room. And I think it may manifest in two ways in here. It may manifest obviously in the noise, but also smell in this room. People may smell odd things in this room.
Okay.
They may smell two things. They may smell like a tobacco smell, or they may like a very manly thing, or they may smell, in fact, that kind of highness of blood.
Oh,
They may
right.
smell that kind of thing.
Okay.
Or not. People would put that down to not a very pleasant smell. They might not define it.
But just they can smell something unpleasant.
Mm. Yeah.
He picked up on some positive spirits, some negative, but certainly a lot of layers. So different time periods, different people around. And the most fascinating bit of it was that he said that it's almost like the house is still under ownership. So it's under ownership by spirits, and that it's almost like spirit guests actually come to the house and stay for the weekend.
A female energy, again,
Right.
this time much more refined. A woman who would have owned the house or been part of the house. I'm trying to tune into a name. It's like an Yvette Yvonne kind of name, Yvette Yvonne, Eve, you know, that kind of name. I want to connect with this man now. I'm desperate in a way to talk to him, even though he is quite confrontational. And he's actually saying to me on a personal level, I see you've already met my wife. Oh, I.
Okay.
You know, so I've probably his wife in the hallway, I presume.
Right.
And he's been very complimentary about his wife, which is very nice. Beautiful,
Okay.
isn't she? Which indeed she was, or is. However, I'm trying to get to the base of there's an anger, there is an overlying anger. The images he's given me, and this is going to sound a bit bizarre, there's a bit of Beauty and the Beast here. There's a bit of the reason he's angry is because people won't listen. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
The reason he makes a noise, the reason he stomps around, the reason he creates havoc in the house, and I believe he probably moves things in the house, is because they're not taking a blind bit of notice, or, of course, the other side is they're scared.
Right.
And if they're scared and run away from him, he's actually trying to create the opposite. Do you know what it seems? It almost seems as if the house is still operating as a house. You know, it's still operating as a fully functioning family, run by staff, still the same house.
Right.
Which is a bit odd. You would think some of them would,
in a
of course.
ghostly sense,
Yes,
you mean?
yes.
So
Yeah.
the house is still existing. It's all
Yes.
the previous owners or the first owners or
Yes.
whoever they were,
It
and all
seem-
of their staff
yeah.
together. And,
Yeah, it feels like, maybe not all of the staff, some people, of course, have crossed.
right.
But it does seem as if there is still a family living, a spirit family living in this house as they would have done.
Fantastic place, and lots of stories seem to be unfolding. What's really interesting about it is that although there is this extreme energy, particularly of this older man, I'm not convinced he's as bad as some people think he is. It seems to me that he has a point to make, and hopefully as we go along throughout the night he'll make it, because let's face it, if he wants people to know he's here, then this is the night to do it.
We've just done the little walk around with Yvette, Kieran and Derek. Very interesting. It's a few things were picked up on which are strange. A lot of time periods, a lot of different spirits, some positive, some negative. I'm a bit confused about some of the information he got. Saxon people upstairs, which kind of strange because surely they'd have been down here, and there's no proof of any Saxon dwelling. He seemed to think that the spirits or the energy in the bishop's room was actually very, very positive, very light. However, you know, previous eyewitness accounts talk about it being quite negative, in fact, quite the opposite to what he was saying. Another room where loud screams are supposed to be heard from, or have been heard from on many occasions. Again, Derek picked up on laughter and happiness, and a very rotund, lovely lady where it's supposed to be quite an evil entity there. Not evil, but a malevolent entity there. But some interesting stuff about military connections, the Crimean War, First World War, Second World War. Just a lot of information. Nothing really we can check up on in any great detail because no names and dates yet.
Well, we've just been sat downstairs now waiting for the other guys to come back from their vigil, and as we were all just sitting around, we decided to turn the lights off because we saw some flashing lights in the corner. Not like they weren't like really bright. They were just, it was like a ball of light just kind of go like kind of like that sort of thing. And then we heard upstairs above us what we thought was the rest of the guys upstairs just walking around.
Pretty much all at the same time, everyone said that they'd seen a flash over in the corner. So we decided to take out a camera and put it on just in case we caused anything.
We're sitting here waiting for something to happen, and we heard these guys, or what we thought was these guys upstairs in the bishop's room walking around. And we thought nothing more of it. We said, oh yeah, it'll be them upstairs. Distinct footsteps, a dragging noise as well. They've just come back and they just told us that they weren't in that room. So go figure what was going on. Is it the bishop, perhaps warming up? We'll see later.
Shh, where? Where towards the globe? Okay. The bishop, I say David. David thinks that the bishop's in the room with us.
Right, I'm coming into the toilet for a bit of peace and quiet to do some diary cam. I've just been upstairs on my own in the attic. I don't know what happened there. I did feel very scared, I have to admit. That it's, normally I'm quite good at rationalising these things, but I felt very difficult to work out why I felt scared. Automatically up here, my eyes are hurting. I feel restricted in some way. I'm actually quite spooked up here. I'm very short of breath. I feel very heavy-headed. I feel very, very uneasy. Very uneasy. There's only one way out as well, which is always kind of it's always quite kind of ominous when I could swear I heard footsteps, like little pitter-patter of footsteps, and 2 knocks by the side of me. And there were a couple of noises too, which got a little bit off-putting, but I don't know what to put them down to. There is supposed to be a little boy, the spirit of a little boy up there, who was supposed to be shut up there and locked in the attic. And if that's the case, I'm wondering whether he was just running around me, because every time it happened it got very cold indeed. I am freezing cold now, all over the left side of my body, like something standing next to me. My legs are freezing cold. Just thought I heard a little whimper then. It's amazing, we're going to do some more stuff now, but not a lot's gone on so far. But unless I have actually just witnessed a little boy running around me, or the ghost of a little boy running around me. Which I kind of hope I have, I really do, but we'll see.
Just come back from the vigil with Rachel and Kath, who were up in the bishop's room, and we went up there on David's recommendation. He thought it would be a good idea for his girls to go up there. A couple of things did happen. I caught a couple of light anomalies over by the wardrobe in the bishop's room while we were doing our vigil. Also a loud bang was heard, which kind of made us all jump. It seemed really quiet for a while, and Rachel seemed to get a few flashes on the screen. Is it dust or is it actual light anomalies? So that's interesting. We wasn't sure, but it really did seem quiet. There was one large bang, but we wasn't sure if that was just furniture relaxing. Just seems dead. Well, the word dead. Isn't it weird how you hear all these stories
Their expectations were so high, weren't they? Oh my God, we're going to see something here. This is the place to see something.
Shit. 3 of us have been in here now for about 40 minutes and nothing happened. We moved on to the bed and then we've just a few minutes ago heard a bang and absolutely crapped ourselves. But it was exactly what we wanted to happen. But now nothing. Again.
Kyle, Kieran, David and myself went to investigate the back stairs and the corridor, and we actually used an upturned glass and we started questioning. We got hold of somebody called Paul William who was murdered here.
It was a good vigil we've just done with David and Yvette, and Kieran was there too. A few noises, not a great deal actually happened that we could put down to paranormal until we started to do we put our fingers on the glass and see if we could get some communication. I'm always dubious about the glass thing for many reasons, and it always sounds like you're not. I'm certainly not calling anyone a liar, but I'm always dubious about when you have a lot of people with their fingers on glasses. I absolutely I trust Yvette with my life, and I do David too. I have a great deal of faith in David, and obviously myself. Now I can vouch for the fact that none of them, Yvette or David, were moving the glass because they had their fingers off the glass at times.
Are you male? Are you a man? You are. Thank you. Did you live in this house? Did you die in this house? Were you murdered in this house?
We got a monk and he died here on the site in the 14th century. Very interesting, and then we got a bit more, and then it became clear that this was more than just an ordinary murder, if you like. So we asked a few more questions, and we kind of found out that he was in fact Yvette's spiritual guide.
Paul, from my perspective, I'm sensing you're not an ordinary astral. Is that correct? You're not an ordinary astral. Paul, can you tell me whose spirit guide you are? Just point the glass to the person whose spirit guide you are.
Hello?
Thank you, Paul.
You're my spirit guide.
Let's see that spirit.
Ask him.
Are you my spirit guide? Yeah, wow. Hi. So you know all about me then? Do you know all about me?
Interesting, very interesting. Why did we come here? There was no activity really per se. We picked up lots of things clairvoyantly, but there was no loud bangs, crashes, swallops, all of that business. The house is very haunted. I don't doubt that for a second. It's a very busy place. What was the real reason we were here? Was it just to introduce Yvette to her guide? I think possibly it could have been.
I've enjoyed myself here at this location. I'm a little disappointed. I thought that maybe there was going to be a lot more activity than there has been.
Personally, I'm just disappointed that we've not seen or experienced anything more.
Today's been a really great day. The house is fantastic. The people that own it, absolutely, they're amazing. They've made us feel so welcome. And the house does have a really nice atmosphere about it. But I must admit, I do feel disappointed, and I do feel not gutted, but sort of if things happen all the time, as they're saying, on a daily basis, I'm actually really upset that it didn't happen for us tonight.
I am a little bit disappointed because of the amount of activity that this place supposedly has, and I'm sure it does, and I'm sure it is 100% haunted. But for us, it didn't really happen.
Fingers crossed, the next place will be better, and there'll be some screams and some jumps and more of that.
The ghost house here is very haunted, regardless of us not actually seeing a ghost tonight. I think we've all felt something here, and I still think it's probably the most paranormally active place we've ever been to. So with that, I'll say goodnight for Most Haunted Extra, and see you next week.